These are the best highlights from the OpTic Texas versus Miami Heretics matchup during Week 1 of the CDL Major 4 qualifiers.
Fred on and Dashy, all falling down. All of a sudden, Shotzzy has a lot of work to do in the middle of the map. Some time on the board for Heretics and some good potential to pick up the rest of this 30 seconds.
And this is a great moment too, because obviously Heretics, I mean, they won the rotation, got bullied out. You think the hill's going to go poorly for them, but here they are fighting for the scrap time in 20 seconds, and they should be free and clear on the rotation as well. Metals pick up the first 2 kills in a feed. Shotzzy responds with 3 in kind and a 4-man wipe. That might be the bad news for Miami.
It's not been a bad start from Heretics whatsoever. 45 seconds remaining here over towards P3. They got this one under lock and key for now.
And well, OpTic, that means with 37 seconds left, this is probably your one best break attempt, or at least to be a nuisance. Everybody, though, getting picked apart, and Shotzzy able to break through, but he's going to fall lucky on a 5. And I mean, this is weird spawns rolling through. There's an important gunfight on the opposite side of the map that Dashy wins, but over towards the old time, somehow when OpTic had 3 players spawn in the back, Miami going to end up getting it. Lucky's going to get the cruise, which, hey, they're going to need for this rotation. So Purge drag some attention his way, but look who's behind enemy lines on the flip side. Pred is just the prowler right now, keeping these guys at bay. You are getting spawn killed relentlessly. And if Metals had picked up a 2-piece, OpTic would have been over aggressive, but Dashy clutches off, wins the gunfight in the back, and now look at OpTic. It is finally their turn to be in control of this map. And this lead, already a 40-point game, it might spiral out of control.
And that is the first time they're really being in control. 15 seconds to go here over towards P2. There's going to be a fight over towards P1. You can already see that Purge just found the rotation. I think it was a spawn, if anything, but the dagger has been put in over towards...
No, look back. P1, Lucky. What are you doing? Tunnel, late, Lucky. Wait. Hit it there, already hit it there. I'm just getting back right. Lucky, tunnel. Yeah, that's it. All the way back right. What is up, P2?
Absolute Lucky.
Just live, Brandon. You can. I got P5 on him. Lucky. Low P5, Lucky.
Come out.
No, he did.
What is up, P2? Lucky, dead.
Nice job. You can I'm tunnel away. I can help you.
P5,
tunnel. He's challenged. He's in tunnel first.
I'm on his
We can leave that guy. Look, keep tunnel. Just go.
I'm
Yo,
when is on my PT store to become?
P2? No, I didn't.
Good work.
Might not look for you. I don't know. He's backloading metals, bro. Backloading.
One total, Lucky. You one just went top P2.
Lucky enough.
What just went top P2? He's gonna go top P2.
From third. I'm leaving this time, Brandon. Lucky.
What's loading? One shot.
Just live, AJ, live. I'm coming right. Go right.
Yeah, we are.
I have a streak.
I'm already right. I'm taking a shot.
I'm streak straight away.
Don't stop P5.
Yeah, just wait.
One's gonna be snow. Big streak now.
Streak now. Okay, one on time, 2 on time, 1 top server, and 1 P2.
What's up P2?
Okay.
I'm gonna do top 3.
I'm behind P2. I don't see P2.
We're still spawning in the back.
He went to you, Tom. I'm top 3, give me a second. Yeah, he's under me somewhere, mid lane. Get back, restart. Great. P2, watch out.
What back?
Alright, Purge, 1 shot in the back.
Yeah, I'm in server.
Flipping.
Yeah, flip.
I'm in server. Make sure.
I just sent in the back.
I'm cutting right then. I'm cutting deep.
I'm along. They're going back server.
I'm looking server.
He might cut P5 in me, bro.
Are they long on you, man?
Yeah, I'm
P5, Purge got P5.
I got naded.
Alright, P5 me, bro.
That's what you shoot. I'll come up in a second.
Yeah, get me newer now.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Top server to new.
I'm ready. Top server to new.
P5, look P5, load P5.
Close the corner.
Close the corner P5 me, bro.
B8 server.
Nice. I need help. Yes, they're already here.
I'm back up.
Purge in 1.
Just like that, OpTic Texas are well in the lead. I mean, it happens
By himself over towards P2, and he's not going to have reinforcements just yet. Dashy, the cutoff man, slowing their roll. Purge might get the trade, but it is just a funnel system. Metals, he's been begging for some help. Finally, he pops up in the feed. The opportunity to make the big play is there. Can the setup be good enough? Well, enough for Purge. Last man alive has to do it all.
Brad has a slow start to the game, but is eventually starting to get involved, and he may well just start to farm them off the respawn. Not quite going to happen. Metals will find one, but they need to get their running boots on very, very quickly. Can't get there in time. OpTic Texas, one to the gut. It was a slow and steady start. So they stretch their legs. They got away.
Square up to the start, Kenny. One of those players willing to take that chow. And oh, there's another one. Lucky getting the first blood, and Real strikes as well. I was gonna say, Lucky on this map has been the player to watch, but there you go. You get some trades in the mix. So a 4 versus 2 gets turned into a 2v4 very quickly. But it's the S&D ice machines for Heretics that are last 2 alive, and that does not last. Kenny finds you just a little bit extra lucky. Gonna have to do it all.
A 2v4 is very, very quickly a 2v1. As you mentioned, Lucky has been good on this map, but this will be something quite special if he can find this one. Should be able to recover that bomb, or will he? Nobody on eyes on quite yet by the looks of things. Maybe they are now, though. Yep, they spotted him inside of blue. Needs to try and get out if he can, and does. Pressure's going to start coming on in. Just no information. Can't do anything with it. OpTic know exactly where he is.
Ticks on point there. And again, only 1 trophy there on the defensive end, but OpTic not overwhelming just yet. Nades a bit scattered here for the moment. Lucky doesn't take any damage. Explosion means nothing to him.
Who knows which way it's going to go at this stage. Shots coming in from Lucky. Doesn't find anything, though. Real will be there to pick up the pieces. Dashy will be there for the trade. It's been very close rounds for the most part. Trades being flying on in. Shots will find a kill on Lucky. Metals answers back. Wow, great shots coming through. 2 versus 2. Brett will even the odds, though, for OpTic Texas. Put them in a better position. Pidge, though. Is there any information here for OpTic? There is now.
I mean, this is tough, dude. You gotta go get that bomb as well. Very difficult. Shotzzy, only a pixel. Reaction time too good, so Purge's not gonna be able to get that kill now to 1 versus 2. You've just lost all intel. You know Shotzzy was by the window, but Brett has just disappeared and rotated over. And able to collect that bomb. So 20 seconds, OpTic. The pressure is still on to actually go for the plant. Purge finding the timing, but does he spot the player going in the elevator? Does the timing go his way? Kill number 1, tries to switch. Can't get it done. Shotzzy on point with the trades. Not even breaking a sweat.
He has 4 rounds in a row. Tough one to really pitch at this stage. OpTic Texas have, well, been mostly lights out. It's been difficult to deal with them. A push going to come through. Shotzzy, slightly different position to what you see from Real. He will usually just find himself anywhere around propane, but that grenade is going to give the position away. Smoke's down. What can Shotzzy finesse out of this one? You'd imagine it'll be something. Staying alive, but still 4 versus 4.
Yeah, Purge, by the way, they're just waiting to pounce on Shotzzy. The smoke is going to clear, so they don't have the intel, which is why they're playing so patient until you get a little over-aggressive. And Shotzzy just wins the gunfight. First blood there from OpTic, and now they're making moves.
Pred finding the flank. There's another kill flying on in, and Pred just gliding around the map, and Lucky now. Back family against the wall. OpTic Texas are running through Miami Heretics now. Family above and beyond. Just through, might get caught with a little bit of bad timing, but Metals reads that one perfectly. An opportunity now to get a hold of B. OpTic are poised, they're ready to jump on. And they manage to find the kills. Purge, can he do anything from this position? Needs to, cannot. 12 seconds to go. Miami Heretics just do not have the time to get here efficiently, do they? Or do they? Kenny will fall. Shotzzy now will try and defend this one. Will try and slow them down. They get a touch onto the point. They find the gunfight. It was looking unlikely for Heretics, but they get a touch.
This is great. 2 ticks progress. They're going to get the 3rd unless Brett has something to say, but I don't think it's going to matter. So there you go. A wonderful, officially, round of offense control. And obviously, they're still going.
Brett somehow gets gunned by Real. Kenny there for the trade. Holding it down if you are. Dashy, though, finds another inside of the point. And 20 seconds to go. 5 lives remaining. One last roll of the dice here for Heretics.
And Dashy on point, and Lucky number 2 is going to let him cross. Actually, Shotzzy I thought was going to turn. He doesn't, so Lucky gets the kill. If Dashy lets him heal, this could be a problem. Now Lucky 150 HP, 1 gunfight to win, but well, we already know how good Dashy's shot is, so able to make sure
you substitute. Let's go for a listening with Miami Heretics.
Kenny in time.
Dashy, 1 shot. He's behind the...
You want coffin, Shotzzy, after coffin.
There's that point.
Okay, yo, one stop hookah, one stop hookah is Shotzzy. He stop shot. Nice, looking for 2.
There's that point, R-side Kenny.
Make sure we throw the
He's showing R-side point.
We're
gonna be on your right, Dash's gonna be on your right still.
Try and tell me until my touch. He's telling me now.
Two on flank.
I just Kenny dead. No, there's one more.
I'll see as well.
No, there's two. Do anything. On the vending machine and close right. There's two.
I'm looking their side.
Yeah, there's two.
Other side.
That's good. There's one more. Kenny.
Kenny,
Nice, good shit. Good shit.
Con on me. Con one shot, bro. He's on point now.
Okay.
Dead.
Nice job.
Just throw your touch.
One could be cube or...
Yo, try to pinch like there's one. They're full up front. Nice, there's
Tank. Two on the tank. Two on the tank. One on spawn, guys.
I'm in broken. Okay, I have one broken.
Back on my two guys.
On B, dead.
Nice job.
There's two more front. One's bottom broken on me. He's weak. Kenny.
I saw him broken.
Bottom, close hard, dead.
I saw him
It's Kenny.
broken.
Yeah, I'm out. He's out.
One more
Nice
picture.
job.
I got the spawn.
Yeah, he's off spawn. I'm in picture.
I heard it.
I'm
I'm trying to get like.
P on tank. I'm trying to watch the left cross. They could spawn left though.
Yeah, I have the cross. I have the cross with you.
Okay.
There's three on the right.
Yeah, they're not
There's nothing
touching
there.
you.
Could be on the
What is
alley.
in mid-wall? In mid-wall, Dashy.
I have the cross.
Kenny's good, right?
I'm one shot. I can't shot.
On the alley.
That's you weak. Okay,
I'm trying to be on the right.
Or cliff on the alley.
just hold it. Let's say pitch time. One
Two
two
on the tank. Two on the tank, guys. Two on the tank. One guy could be a mid too. Where's Dashy?
I don't see a guy mid. They're all stuck in the left, I think.
You made, bro. It's DVD.
He's behind the pillar.
Well, an instant A capture is never usually a good thing if you're on the defensive side of things. Miami Heretics now just fighting tooth and nail to try and stay in the round. But it's 3 kills for Shotzzy, which will open things up. And now he's on the flank. He's cutting off the reinforcements. Shotzy's just doing Shotzzy things in OpTic Texas. Not going to lock it in time. Yeah, no, they are. They get the job done. Miami Heretics. I wouldn't even want to know what it feels like to have to try and have a gunfight against Shotzzy.
I'm telling you, I lose him. I can see through walls with Codcaster, and I can't track him.
Real tracking, no problem there though. Finds a kill towards his backside. It's not been a bad attacking run by any stretch from Heretics. Neither was their first one. Just unfortunately for them, OpTic Texas clutching up, and their attack was just that little bit better. Kenny Pred combining, well, that's a ridiculous kill coming in from Kenny. Pidge knew where he was. He starts shooting first. He still dies. Pred on a 4-spray cruise missile already in the back pocket. OpTic Texas looking just so solid right now. Lives on their side, but it takes one good break here from Heretics to try and find something.
Well, they're not going to have a lot of time to get it, and OpTic already celebrating early. They've enjoyed this matchup ever since their first time they've met, and now they just have to clutch the round on defense with a cruise missile in hand. It's going to force these players into cafe, but someone going to get caught. Metals and Real have to bite the bullet. Shout out to the extra explosive Radius and Pred. Stamp on the game, 21-10. Pred, for him, you expect nothing less. How do you not assassinate there? I mean, you would have died, but like, you know, it would have been.
It would have been worth. It would have been worth. 3 lives remaining for Miami Heretics, and it's 3 maps that it took for OpTic Texas to very swiftly deal with them. Heretics showed a little bit of fight, but that was just about it. OpTic Texas locked the game in 3-0, as simple as you could possibly want.
Talk about it live. We have the one and only Kenny. Kylo Ken joining us live from the OpTic Texas facility. Kenneth,
Yo.
you guys are champions. You rose a trophy in Toronto. Let's first talk about that. How we feeling a few weeks later?
Feeling great. Obviously took some time off for a bit to like celebrate and relax, but we're back on the grind, so feels good, but the job's not finished.
And we saw Shotzzy at the Founding Fathers Land, saw him alongside Banks and Nade Shot having a blast. It was so fun for us to watch. But were you guys concerned at all that maybe you would slip without getting as much practice as some of the other teams?
No, not really. I feel like I'm the type of guy to be like quality over quantity. So for me, as long as we're going hard in practice, like the days we get, and continue to actually stay on top of like our mistakes and stuff like that, I don't really trip. But I mean, if it was like extra days, maybe, but like I said, I'm quality over quantity, so.
Of course, Kenny, and congratulations not only on this win, but on the win previously in Toronto. It's had a couple weeks off, and as we head into today, not much to ask you about this matchup because it was so quick. So instead, I'm gonna ask, when you guys started up scrims again, there was an update during the season. Do you feel the gun difference at all with the MCW and the Rival 9 changes?
Yes, not a big fan of this meta, because I feel like people get some BS kills now. They get some unlucky kills that they probably wouldn't have got before, especially with the 4-shot, like the 4-bullet kill. I think we're kind of still adapting to that because a lot of us like in a negative way. I think if anything, it's helped us a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like Pred's really enjoying this current battle. Honestly, after watching that series, I want to ask you about the control. You know, if we were to look at your guys' gameplay over the last month or so, that'd be the one where I'm like, it needs some improvement. What are you guys working on there in that game specifically?
I feel like control, we just let like certain things slip. I think we do like a lot of assuming in control instead of just like playing what's in front of us. So I feel like for right now, it's just kind of like I said, getting back to the swing of things, but also kind of like advancing what we were doing before and kind of nailing down like the fundies a little bit, because I feel like we slip up like even in that match we gave like free 2 ticks on A, which I think is pretty bad, but definitely something we're gonna go back and look at and fix.
I want to ask you as well, you know, you're one of the very few players that have won back-to-back events. And you've done it a couple of times as well, so congratulations to you for that. For your teammates, though, how are you going to get them to be a part of that mindset, right, to accomplish a feat like that?
I think a lot of people like to overthink, especially when you come back and you kind of like, you just want to then you kind of, you know, throw some things away, like kind of not nitpick as much as you used to. I feel like for me, I'm always gonna nitpick and watch the VOD as much as I can. So for me, it's just getting my teammates still in that same mindset of like job's not finished and making sure we're not slipping up even for slamming and scrims or whatnot. But I still think there's some maps and stuff that we need to work on. Like I said, invasion control, we just kind of slipped up there, and a few other maps. So for us, it's just kind of like getting our map pool to where we can play anything. And I think that's kind of the idea going into these qualifiers for us.
Kenny, what I found most impressive from your performance in Toronto was the fact that you took down the other big 3 in the top 4. Talk to me about these matchups. You went to a Game 5 against New York, a Game 5 against Atlanta, and a 4-0 over Toronto in the last matchup. Yeah. So of those 3 opponents, who's the toughest for you guys right now?
I think it's easy to just say FaZe, just because they've had our number. But I think all the teams, you know, any day can compete with each other. I feel like it's just kind of staying on top of things and minimalizing your mistakes. I feel like that's what we're working on right now, is kind of make sure we're still on the same page and not making too many mistakes, because the top teams will definitely they'll make those mistakes like bigger than what they are, even if they're small ones. So for me, it's like I said, staying on top of those things and getting better at what we're already good at.
Awesome stuff. Well, Kenny, we got to let you go. It is 7:15 here on the East Coast, and we will see you in 24 hours and 15 minutes for your next match tomorrow night.